Good morning, Columbia. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Tyler. It is 5:01. Are you a big TikToker?
No.
Okay. I'm not trying to be, but I have an account. I'm just kind of put things up because I realize I do that. But it looks like, of course, Saturday the ban is supposed to go back into effect. Mm-hmm. Some of the folks who are bidding include Amazon. Okay. Bezos wants to acquire TikTok.
They own On Patrol Live.
Amazon does.
Amazon, MGM.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So you're a boss, essentially, then.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Oracle, Blackstone is trying to buy it as well. $47.5 billion is what they've offered for this little.
Big bucks.
This little. Why did we come up with an app like that? You and I are pretty brilliant. I feel like we should have been able to come up with that idea.
Simple ideas. That's what. Just simple.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Telling
big
you.
Bucks.
Well, at least people be able to continue to tick and to talk.
Until Saturday, at least.
Until Saturday.
Unless something happens.
Just still continue it anyway. Get out of here.
I see a lot of people, their income comes from that.
Yeah. That's what they say. Now, see, but here's the question. I see this whole propaganda series, the only reason I have a small business is because TikTok. Is that promoting the small business, or is that TikTok trying to prove that they're somebody that needs to stick around? That's what I always wonder.
I don't know. I think good old-fashioned marketing and promoting works.
Yeah.
But that helps, though. Gets it out a little quicker.
It's part of it. Yeah. I hate social media. I wish it did not exist, but I understand as a business owner, I've got to have it. For the boat business, I've got to have it. I don't do it well because I hate it. Yeah. I loathe it.
Gotcha.
But it's there. But all right, well, so if you take, maybe till Saturday, you're taking and you're talking.
And we're celebrating a tasty Mexican dish that wraps all the meaty goodness up in a toasty tortilla. It's National Burrito Day. The word burrito, by the way, first appeared in the dictionary of the Mexicanisms in 1895. Well, the burrito was introduced in the United States in the 1930s at the El Cholo Spanish Cafe in Los Angeles. And you can also enjoy some chimichangas, which are just deep-fried burritos.
Remember that great debate we used to have with Victor about a burrito in a bowl isn't truly a burrito?
A burrito in a bowl?
Yeah, a burrito bowl. Like you can go to like Chipotle or wherever and order a burrito bowl.
Yeah.
And basically it's everything without the tortilla.
And you can eat the bowl, right?
What's that?
You can eat the bowl. Well, edible bowl.
Well, that's kind of more of a salad at like a Mexican restaurant. No, I'm talking just basically an entire burrito, just no tortilla, just in a bowl.
Oh, would it still be a burrito?
Yeah, because they sell it as a burrito, but they call it a burrito bowl. And so is it a burrito?
No.
How is it not? What is it then?
It's in a bowl. It's not wrapped up. It's not in.
But if it's a burrito in a bowl?
No, it's the ingredients to a burrito.
Okay, well then is a hamburger steak just a hamburger without a bun?
Huh?
When you go to restaurants, you order a hamburger steak.
Okay.
All it is a hamburger without the bun. So it's still a hamburger.
Depending on the cut of meat.
Well, it's hamburger meat.
Yeah. But it's ground up.
Well, all hamburgers ground up. That's what a hamburger is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what are you saying? I don't get your point.
If a hamburger steak is a hamburger, why isn't a burrito bowl a burrito? You just don't have the meat, you don't have the tortilla, or you don't have the hamburger bun. It's still the same thing.
Okay. I'll say okay just for the sake of you moving on to weather.
Listen, if I got to win by beating that down, and I will. I'll take the win.
To the first trivia question for today. How much did a burrito cost when Taco Bell opened its doors in 1962? Everybody ran for the border. 19 cents, 25 cents, $1.25, $1.75. It was really cheap.
Yeah, it was either 19 or 25. Yeah. I'll go, was it 62? I'll go 19 cents, why not?
Yeah, and Mexican food still pretty much is relatively fairly.
It is less expensive, and I love Mexican food. My gosh, I will eat the holy dog mess out of a burrito.
All of us talk about that.
I love it. But I get in trouble, man. I start eating those chips.
Chips are good, right?
Yeah, but that's
you
good
dip them in the
queso? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I try not to eat, like I said, I don't eat really crappy food, but man, I get in those chips and I can't help myself. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's addictive, right?
They are. Yeah. They are. We had at Barrio last night.
Oh.
And, plowed down my fair share of chips.
Gotcha.
But I got a burrito bowl, so I felt better about it.
And here it is, right for the day.
I see, right? I know. I guess I got to do it again today. Hang on, Barrio. I'll be there later today. All right, your QR code is up there on the screen for you. I'm going with 19 cents.
All right, yep.
All right, it's Pony Express Day. Yeah, Pony Express was a horseback mail delivery service, of course. It started in 1860, covering about 2,000 miles. And although they carried mail, they were not a part of the government. It was a private company, by the way. The riders were a very specific profile, by the way, Curtis. You and I don't think we would have been able to do it. They had to be young, less than 125 pounds. They couldn't swear, fight, or drink. Yeah, you can't sign me up for that job. They had to be fit. They were expected, by the way, to switch horses every 10 miles, and they'd ride 100 miles a day themselves. Whew, that's a heck of a ride. And the Express wasn't around long. In fact, it went bankrupt after about 18 months. It reported $200,000 loss, which, by the way, is $7.6 million in today's dollars. So, yeah, it was a catastrophic failure. But, nonetheless, the telegraph is what kind of killed the Pony Express.
Got you.
Because the whole deal was, the Pony Express, get the mail there as soon as you can. But the telegraph, you're like, you don't need it anymore.
Right. And you've got mail killed writing letters.
Yeah. Video killed the radio star.
Yeah.
There you go. Let's just go back to the old days.
Depends on how far back you're going.
I mean, listen, I'd go to the 50s. I'd go to the Old West. I definitely would go back to the 50s for sure. Long before, like nice black and white movies.
Okay, gotcha.
Good old days.
Okay.
Honeymooners. Anyway, happy Pony Express Day.
Happy Pony Express, sir. All right, so you heard about this all-female crew going up into space on the 14th,
No.
a little less than 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
Singer Katy Perry is going to be going.
Qualifies her to be an astronaut.
Well, you know how they did it last time. You had the guy from Star Trek going up.
Oh, William Shatner.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
yeah. All right. So it's just a joyride. They're not going up to
Yeah,
do anything.
yeah, they're going to go about
Okay.
65 miles, above the Earth's atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
For about 11 minutes. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin thing, and so also Gail King is going up. It's just all women. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we'll see what happens with that thing.
Would you take a joyride up there? I don't know.
No, I think I'm good right here.
Yeah.
Would you go?
I don't think I would.
No.
I don't think I would. I mean, I don't like flying in airplanes, much less going 60 miles up, in a rocket, sitting on a great big tank of gas.
Charlie, would you go? 11 minutes up in space? Become an astronaut? Okay.
Oh, man. I don't
Useless
know.
trivia? He would.
Dude, when I
Keneal?
Keneal?
He would too.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
See, back when I was flying airplanes, those little Cessnas, I love the idea. Makes a lot of sense. Every time I take off and I get a little bumpy, I'm like, what am I doing? I need to be floating on the water somewhere, walking down the street.
I've gotten used to the turbulence, especially going through clouds.
Yeah.
That's when you feel it the most. Yeah. So,
I have a hard. I will grab a stranger's hand.
yeah, I see people go, holding on. I'll be like, it's going to be okay. Just hold tight.
Yeah, no, I will grab. But which is funny. What are you hanging on to?
Nothing.
Somehow the airplane. We're not going to crash now. I'm hanging on to the seat. Here we go.
That's it.
But no, I will. I don't care. Just a great big guy. I'll grab his hand in a skinny minute. And I make no bones about it.
I hear you. Take a look at this viral video of a brawl that broke out during a youth hockey tournament in New Jersey. Well, South Jersey, which involved some parents. Well, 3 adults are charged with assault and disorderly conduct after throwing punches at the middle of this youth hockey game in Egg Harbor Township, which started between several players. Parents behaving badly at youth sporting events is on the rise. One survey from the National Association of Sports Officials found parents now being blamed for nearly 40% of cases involving bad sportsmanship, followed by coaches, then fans, with players causing less than 10%.
Okay, well, first of all,
Ridiculous.
it's a hockey game. Fighting is part of it.
Not with the parents.
Listen,
Parents
fighting's
mixed in
fun.
with youth, that's not a good thing.
Remember that old saying? I was at a fight recently and a hockey game broke out.
Yeah, I think you said that last week.
I did, and I'll say it again.
Okay.
Like when we had the Inferno, the players getting fighting, all the fans be like, "Oh, refs, stop them from fighting." The refs will let people fight. Like, shut up! Let them fight. It's hockey. It's part of it. It's like racing. Rubbing is racing.
Right. I'm talking about the parents, though.
Well,
Parents jumping on to the field, and yeah, that's just not cool.
now were the parents fighting the kids, or the parents fighting each other?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
A little comportment, perhaps.
Yeah.
Throwing some hockey
There was
pads.
you speaking about hockey and then fights breaking out to hockey. There was a takedown in a hockey game, and it's controversial, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it could have caused injury to one of the hockey players. I don't know. When you get an opportunity, check that video out. You'll see.
What do I just? Was it recent?
Yeah, it just happened.
Okay. I'll take a look. See what it is.
Big question. How much did a burrito cost when Taco Bell opened its doors in 1962? It was actually 19 cents.
There you
That's
go.
$2 in today's dollars.
Well,
oh my gosh.
66% of y'all got it right on the QR code.
Oh,
but,
cool. Okay.
but $2. All right. Food and Wine has got the cities with the best food scenes.
Best food scenes.
Best food, according to Food and Wine.
So talking about the atmosphere?
Yeah, just everything.
Okay.
Option, cuisine, that kind of thing.
Cool deal.
Of course, taking the top is New York City.
Best food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best food. A lot of Michelin-starred fine dining institutions, food trucks that are really good.
Who has the best food scene here?
I don't. Columbia didn't make a list. Charleston did though.
Well, no, but let's say for us in Columbia, what would be the best food scene restaurant?
The best. Oh man, that is tough, man.
Got a lot of good ones.
There are so many good restaurants.
Okay.
I mean, really. Gosh, I don't even know what I would.
I'll let you think about it. What you got?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, so Chicago's on the list is number 2. You got of course, the Bear Deep Dish Pizza. They're famous for that.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, Austin has some great food.
Austin
Barbecue
is known
trucks.
for barbecue. Yeah.
Yep, barbecue trucks. New Orleans, obviously.
Cajun food.
Yep, Charleston, low country cuisine.
What would that be? Low country cuisine.
It's probably seafood. You've got the is it the Gullah food? Remember we had
yeah.
The guy from the restaurant on.
Right. Yeah,
Oh, we're talking about
Pierre.
Roy from Roy's Grill.
Yes.
Chris,
that's it.
Chef Chris, right?
Okay.
From Roy's Grill.
Yeah.
And then Miami, San Fran, Houston, and Philly are on the list
Gotcha.
for the best food scenes. Yeah, I don't know if I can name like the best restaurant in town. There's just so many good options.
Yeah.
Okay, we're being told TripAdvisor, Motor Supply, and TripAdvisor has got the.
Off of Gervais.
Yeah. So there you go.
They were
According
just
to
in here
TripAdvisor.
too. You had them.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. Yeah, the Food and Wine Festival is coming up next week. It's on the 22nd.
Also, the dining on Gervais, the bridge, is coming up.
Yeah. No, is it that one or is it the Dining on the Dam? I think Dining on the Dam.
No,
is
this was
next.
on Gervais. I was coming across and I saw the sign. Dining on Gervais. Dining on the bridge.
Well,
No. It's the dam. You're right.
Sometimes you just let it breathe.
Well, it's not too late to start or pick back up on the New Year's resolution of losing weight. Why not start with the simple exercise of crunches? Its certified personal trainer gave the breakdown of the how many you should be able to do, based on your age, by the way. So here's the breakdown. People in their 20s should be able to do 40 to 50. In their 30s, 30 to 40. If you're in your 40s, 20 to 30. You see the trend here? There you go. I can knock them out. I like doing crunches.
I don't know. How many do you think you could do?
Shucks, I don't know. Probably about 100 in a minute.
I would think so, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get there. Well, let's do the weather real quick. We're looking all right. Yeah, nice mix of clouds and sun. 88 degrees for a high. Curtis.
No, keep going. Yeah. Tell us what's coming up next. Go ahead.
Coming up later in the show, U.S. private sector job growth is high, and it's actually higher this month than last month. How about that? But first, Trump released his new sweeping tariffs. More on that when we come right back.
Second trivia question for today. What is the world record for the most crunches? Around 6,000, 13,000, 18,000, 20,000?
Well, I just did 6,000 during the commercial break, so can't be that.
All right.
In what time frame, though? I mean, most
it's just
crunches over a lifetime or like in one sitting?
In one sitting.
All right, wow.
I'm going to say 6,000.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, then I just broke the record during the commercial break. Now I'm going to go with 13. I'll go 13.
13?
You're going 6, I'll go 13.
Okay.
That can happen. There's a QR code. While you're doing your crunches at home, go ahead and just snap the picture. Maybe every time you come up, take a guess.
What you got, man? What's going on?
According to on BuzzFeed anyway, some creative ways of getting petty revenge on an ex. People are dishing about how they've gotten little petty revenge on an ex. One lady said that she shared a Netflix Disney account with the ex. So she'd log on and see like what he was watching, and like halfway through, and then she'd change his login name to a spoiler, like Glenn dies or something to spoil the movie. Somebody sprayed milk in a mist bottle and sprayed everything, so your whole house smelled like sour milk. Somebody paid a homeless guy to stop by his work twice a month, only to walk in and say, "I know what you did," and walk out the door. A single raw shrimp inside of a curtain rod. Never find the source of the smell. Oh my goodness gracious. Sign them up for all kinds of email marketing. My sister repainted her kitchen during her divorce and purposely stuck long hairs in the paint everywhere. Some mean things, man.
Yeah.
Some mean things. But then again, they are an ex.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I give
If you
you.
can't be mean, what fun is life?
Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Well, I think it's good.
We ask you, what is the world record for the most crunches?
It turns out it is what? D. 20,000. It was broke by Sirius Amade, who did over 20,000 crunches in just under 5 hours. The previous record was held by John Peterson, who did 14,000 in 2 hours.
Shoot.
Good gracious.
All right. No. John Wick is coming back out. Got another one.
Another one?
Yeah. I think his daughter's good. Well, not his actual daughter.
Right.
His daughter's going to be the main character.
I mean, he
in this
cannot act, but man, I'm here for a Keanu Reeves movie. I can't help myself.
one. This is number 5, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's it coming out? Is this it?
Soon.
Okay.
Really soon.
Soon.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
There's a series that's going to be coming on. You know, Elle, what's the name
Yeah.
who played that role? Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, she played it originally.
Well, somebody else is going to play it in this series, but it's part of her production company in the whole 9 yards. So it's going to be a series that comes out.
There was one already. Maybe it was just a second movie. Didn't she
Probably.
like go to Washington or something in
Yes,
the second one?
that was the second one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it'll be a series, likely on what, Netflix or whatever.
that or Max, I don't know.
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them. Hey, sleep doctors tell you we want to sleep a little better. Stop staring at your screen so much. Don't eat a late dinner. Don't get too hammered before you go to sleep. Don't crank up the heat. And don't try to squeeze in a late night workout. That makes sense because you get your heart pumping and the blood flowing, and then you try to sleep, and that's just not going to work.
Gotcha.
So
Join us, guys, 12 o'clock noon.
I'll be there.
Got the 5, 6, and 11. And we'll swing it back around for a Friday.
Cool.
Folks,
All right. Be good to each other, guys.
enjoy.